Shalom, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem YAHAWADAH, Shabbat to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to my Akim Wathim who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this found captivity. This is Brother Kawakab coming at you with another lesson. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. And today's lesson is going to be on the movie. This will be a movie review on the movie Homestead. This movie Homestead, it's an okay movie, if in my humble opinion. Slakia. It's an okay movie, in my humble opinion, because it's kind of like well, it is a like a post-apocalyptic movie. Like, oh, something happened, and then like it's just like, oh, we all have to like do stuff in as like preparations for stuff for the bad situation that the society's in right now, and we all have to like stick together about blah blah blah. And one thing I will give credit to it for is basically, well, I don't really think it's like giving credit for that. Well, in the sense of like giving credit in the sense of this, it is logical to think that way. So they did go at it on a logical perspective. Yes, because one thing that I have heard, these doomsday preppers say is that you will not make it in an apocalypse by yourself. Like, if you are a lone wolf or anything like that, you just won't make it. All right. They said they were talking about, or I've heard them say that you're going to need help. Like, if you are just by yourself and you get all this doomsday prepping stuff, it doesn't matter how prepared you are, you will not make it. That's basically what they were saying. And I guess this movie really does go and take that perspective into play. That this movie does take that perspective, or that mindset, that I guess philosophy into play. So we're able to see that side of the fence. As a result of that, still, I really want to get into this, because another thing that they did is that they made some of the cast Christians, okay, or anti-Christians more specifically. Okay, when I say Christians / anti-Christians, I mean these Babylon's definition of Christians. All right, people that claim that they believe in the God of the Bible, but in actuality, it's just like it's an empty thing. Let me see. Luke chapter 12, verse 19, and I will say to my soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But Yahweh said unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then who shall those things be which hast provided? All right. So basically, the thing is, the family. Spoiler alert, by the way. Go watch a movie if you want to. Me personally, I kind of feel like it wasn't that good. It wasn't that great, or it wasn't really that spiritual, unless I am missing some more of the actual lesson. Like, I guess one lesson that could be taken from it is, have faith, do the right thing, and have faith that the Lord will make things go well. But I guess my thing is just that I always like gleam past the most obvious what's it called? The most obvious lesson or the most obvious answer, the most simplistic things. Oh, which is a bad habit of mine because I often overlook many things. But yes, that was one of the things where, you know, the guy who actually had stuff prepared in case of something going bad. What he did was he hired mercenaries. He had a bunch of food, generator, and all this stuff ready for it, and people were going to his house. Everyone, literally, his whole neighborhood, and whatever, friends, family, and you know the one of the mercenaries' family. They were all living there, living up and enjoying his generator, enjoying his generator, food, and stuff. He had a farm. He had a whole big patch of land and stuff like that. All right, and funnily enough, what's it called? It kind of seemed like at the end that they were setting it up to be a sequel. Like they want to do another movie. All right. Actually, speaking of, let me see. Sequel. Oh, it's gonna be. So they did a movie, and now they want it to be a television series. Okay, so yeah, oh yeah, that's another thing, Slakia. Funnily enough, at the beginning of the movie, this little girl, she basically knew that the bomb was gonna go off. All right, because I think she had a dream, she had a vision, whatever, and she drew it on a piece of paper, and then her dad or her adopted dad, whatever, saw it, and he noticed like that's the exact same thing as what's on the TV. So yeah, the one of the little girls, I guess, I don't know, I don't want to say she dreamed it because they said specifically that she saw it an hour before it happened. So I think it might be some bullshit ass psychic stuff or something like that, or dreams. I'm kind of expecting it to be a dream, but I'm not gonna watch the television series to find out. I'm just saying I'm assuming that it's a dream, especially given the fact that one of the families are Christian, stuff like that. All right, and also another thing I noticed is why the hell are they always like putting like there's one family. Okay, there was one family that was weird. It was a so-called white-looking man, a so-called black-looking woman. That's not abnormal. But okay, sure, they can have that. I give it to them, sure. But the weird thing was that exact couple had one Jake-looking son, another Jake-looking son, and one Edomite-looking daughter. So it's like, why would they do that? Like, what's the purpose? What's that weird, dynamic of having those members in one family? That I think is weird, and I think they might be pushing something with that. All right. Anyway, yeah, that there's a lot to this movie that I thought was weird, but at the same time, I guess there's a lot there's a lot of things that were not that went unanswered simply because they want to answer all those questions in the movie, which is why this movie, the answer all the questions in the show, which is why a lot of these, which is why the movie had a good ending. Basically, at the end of the movie, okay, again, spoilers. What happened with the people was they they invited more people to come and stay with them in their big ass. Actually, funnily enough, I didn't even see how big the mansion was until the very end. I mean, I knew it was big, but it was way bigger than what I. It was way bigger than what I initially thought. But yeah, so basically, it was this like big ass property, and they invited the friends that were staying out at their gate inside, and they were building solar panels, making food, trying to make food grow and stuff like that, and saying, everything that's happened. And also that was another thing, Slakia, that was another thing. Literally everything that happened in there in the movie, I could understand. I saw what they were trying to do with it, the messages that they were trying to push out, which I don't know how it's going to fit or how it's going to work in the show. I feel like what they set up in the movie, it was very good. I'll give them credit in that regard, because that was actually spiritual, especially coming from Esau's profane and secular ass. All right, basically what happened was Slaki. I don't know if they noticed it, but basically in the some of the things that happened in the movie, it kind of looked like YAHAWASHI, or the Lord specifically let these things happen, not necessarily just to try them. I mean, yes, kind of trying people, but also to set things up so that things can work out as best as they can. All right, because the owner of the property, the male owner, the man of the house, he basically was saying, I don't want to let these people in. I don't want to let these people in. It's going to take away all their stuff. We're not going to be able to last through the winter and stuff like that. We won't have enough food for everyone. We're going to, or this, that, and the third, and whatnot. And the wife was saying, oh my God, I'm a Christian woman. We are Christians. We need to do it. This is what God wants to do. God doesn't want us to blah, 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 all that shit. And then basically, when the SWAT team came and said, we want to take your stuff, you better let us in and take your stuff and distribute, which, by the way, that's some fucking nigga shit. Honestly, that's actually insane. Anyway, basically what happened was, when the SWAT team came, the guy got shot, and I genuinely thought he was going to die, but apparently he lived. And him getting shot, the wife of the owner of the property, she basically took control, took over, and the mercenaries went along with whatever she was planning, and she basically let everyone in after she took over, and the dude was asleep, or after he got shot, the husband, or the man of the house got shot, and then when he was asleep for 10 days, and basically what the wife did was let everyone in. After she let everyone in, they were helping building some stuff to preserve the foods during the winter and to make stuff. Okay, so bear with me, Slocky, one second. All right, never mind then, Slocky. Basically, so with that, what happened with that happening, that seems spiritual. Where, yes, in the event of something like that happening, like say if the Lord could, have someone get shot or just push someone out the way for something good, because the thing was, if the husband was never shot, then the people that were outside would have never been able to make it inside, and they would have never had that plot, not necessarily plot, but yes, I guess plot point, as well as in general the utility of what the people knew and how the people were able to help to make their stuff, because there was people that knew. There was this one dude that knew about solar panels and preserving food and preserving crops and farm stuff in the winter. Okay, so it was simply because of that 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 was something that helped them to extend the longevity of their resources, even though he didn't feel like, oh yeah, I don't want to do this because it's not logical. They're going to take our resources and stuff like that. But now, as a result of them bringing them in, adding them in, letting them come in, then now we have stuff to help us out. Now we have better things that's improving our situation. And that is, sometimes the answer. And that's sometimes the case where, doing the right thing, quote unquote, even if it doesn't seem logical, okay, but if the Lord guides us to do it, if the Lord tells us to do it and whatnot, and that's when we have to do it. All right. And again, like it seems, bear with me. As I was saying, basically, it's in the simplicity of if we don't have, or we don't have enough, we can't do something, or it seems like we can't do it, and it seems like things are going to go bad if we do it. But because the Lord tells us to do it, we're going to do it, and we do it, and then things work out through, as they said, a miracle. Okay, a miracle works and happens with YAHAWAH and His. All right, so let me get some of these precepts. As a matter of fact, Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Okay, so that was the thing. So again, this is a movie, so obviously it's not real, and the thing is, let me actually get this. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 verse 5. Do well unto him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. Hold back thy bread and give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee thereby, for else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good thou shalt have done unto him. Now, the lesson, okay, or the convergence, I guess, that we would need to do in contrast to what they did is that we would need to know, who are we helping? Are we helping some random? And the thing is that this movie was so wishy-washy in the sense of automatically assuming that all the people that were there were good people, automatically assuming that all the people there were not going to turn on them, or because that's the thing. If you've ever seen these apocalypse movie, all right, there's always someone, especially an Edomite male, all right, that just wants to betray people or to take advantage of somebody's kindness. All right, that is Esau's MO. Even with the so-called Native Americans, okay, what they did was, even when the so-called Native Americans were being nice and friendly to them, Esau had it in his heart. Okay, let me actually get that. Fuck. One moment. I want to get to. I just forgot it. It's Proverbs chapter 26, verse 25. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. And Proverbs chapter 4, verse 16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and in their sleep is taken away, unless they cause some to fall. Okay, so Esau cannot go without doing evil. He cannot go unless he ruins someone's life, messes with someone in some way, shape, or form, or fucks their shit up in any way, shape possible. Even other Edomites. All right. That's just how Esau goes. All right. Like there's no social contract. Okay. There's no social contract with Esau. There's no trusting. You can't trust him, okay, as the scriptures say. All right. I hate that I have to do that. I have to click Apocrypha instead of just it showing up. Anyway, Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Okay, so never trust your enemy, because it is an inevitability that he will betray you. All right, even if you make agreements, even if you are the biggest asset to Esau, it does not matter. He will betray you. All right, and that was the. Oh my God, Slakia. One moment, Slakia. Slakia. So, yeah, basically, it is an inevitability. If he doesn't betray you immediately, he's going to betray you eventually. Okay, and this is why we have to be wary of who we're trusting, who we're letting into our house, who we're letting into our inner circles and whatnot. All right. Also, the thing is, especially with the what the woman did, where she let people in her house. All right. The thing was, for us, specifically for us, that's for her letting people in her house. That's fine. Okay, that does not matter. The end result, the circumstances, solely depend on the Lord YAHAWAH. But as for us Israelites, all right, you need to understand that it doesn't matter how things look. Either you help someone, depending on if oh yeah, this has always been a good brother. They are following YAHAWAH to the best of their ability. They might fall short, but they ultimately are of the Lord YAHAWAH, or of the Spirit is as the Lord put the Spirit on you to help them. And that's what you got to do. But on the flip side, if it is just some random demon, all right, that's when you have to actually actively make sure to not help them, stay away from them, steer clear from these enemies. All right, you don't go and you don't go out of your way to help demons. You don't go out of your way to say, "Oh, please, Esau, here, take some of my stuff. Please don't hurt me," and stuff like that. You need to trust in YAHAWASHI that either the Lord is going to provide for you. That's the thing. That's another thing where most likely not more times or most like what the chances are that we're not going to have a lot, or maybe some of you will. All right, but you have to trust that the Lord's going to take care of you specifically, and as a result of the Lord taking care of you, it might not come in the form of you actually having resources, but you needing to go somewhere else for resources. All right, and the thing is that in those heavy situations, you need to be able to trust that the Lord's going to provide and take care of you. Speaking of which, Isaiah 65 verse 13, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Verse 14, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for the Lord Yahweh shall slay thee and call his servants by another name. All right. So yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. So during Jacob's trouble, the time of trouble, okay. Yes, we might go through some stuff, but the thing is, the Lord will ultimately take care of us, regardless of our situation, whether we be constantly on the move or the Lord finds. And that was another thing. All right, the people's home, all right, that they prepared, they got generators, they got food and all that stuff. They might not be setting all that up for themselves. They might be setting that up for you. All right, they might be setting that up for the elect. All right, and the thing is that we don't know. Okay, we still don't know if that is the case. All right, the Lord, and it's ultimately at the end of the day, it's just at the discretion of the Lord. Is the Lord going to protect you, or is the Lord going to push you in the direction to getting to that bunker and whatnot? Okay, but the thing is, like, oh no, nobody knows. We don't know specifically. All right, and ultimately going back to Luke, okay, chapter 12 verse 20, Yahweh said, but Yahweh said unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then who shall those things be which thou hast provided? Okay, so you got these people that prepare all the stuff, that have all this doomsday prep, all these resources available for them to basically stay in one spot and be protected. Stay in one spot to be protected, and ultimately, what happens at the end of it? What happens at the end of it is, at the end of their preparation, they end up dying, and they don't even get a chance to enjoy themselves. All right. So, like, this is the thing. These are the things that we pay attention to. That we say, okay, you know what? We just trust in the Lord. We just have faith and trust that YAHAWAH is going to protect us all throughout it. There's no real issue. All right, and that's basically the thing. Because even with YAHAWASHI, he, when he walked the earth, he was basically walked by faith. Okay, he didn't walk by, oh yeah, I need to get this place, because his father had money. He was a carpenter. His father was a carpenter, but YAHAWASHI, he didn't rely on money. He just relied on, let me do my father's business, and my father which is in heaven, King Yahweh is going to provide for me every step of the way. Okay, and that's what we're gonna have to do. Okay, things are hard, but still we get through these trials and tribulations. All right, so with that, that's basically it. Really, okay. I was about to say dream, but no, it's not a dream. It's movie, things to really look out for, and understand that there's very many spiritual facets that go into it, and we basically have to trust that the Lord is going to take care of us, during this time. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash, double honors, the elders and apostles, great millstone, above the ball, and Shalom.